Are you a parent out there looking to buy your kids a Mario game now that they have watched the Super Mario movie and have become obsessed? Or maybe you yourself are looking for a Mario game to play. Well, either way, today I'm going to help you out. The Super Mario Bros. Movie released last week, and after watching it, I can say without a shadow of a doubt this is one of the best animated video game adaptations that I've ever seen. For me, being able to see the Mario games brought to life in a cinematic animated movie featuring amazing voice actors, awesome Easter eggs, and homages to other Mario games in the series, this truly felt like a fan-made movie. I left the movie theater smiling and just wanting to play the games so bad. For those who are interested in playing video games now that you've watched the Mario movies, maybe most of you probably already have, but there are some of you out there who probably never played the Mario games or have kids who have never played the Mario games, and after watching this, now they want to. If you are, you're going to have a hard time because there are 30 plus different games to choose from that star Mario, so it could be a little overwhelming to figure out what to play. There are ports of fantastic Mario games from the past to a bunch of newly released games in the series to choose from on the Nintendo Switch. And like I said, it can be very overwhelming, and not all 30 games are going to be amazing games to choose from or are going to be for you. And for many of you parents out there, I know you are wanting to find the best Mario games because you don't want to get your kid a game they're not going to enjoy, and you want them to have the fun you want them to have the same fun they had watching the movies when they start playing the video games as well. Welcome to a new episode of the Blockade Who Games channel, and on today's Blockade List, we're going to be talking about the 10 best Mario games on the Nintendo Switch worth playing after watching the Mario movie. Our first game on today's list is one of the best party games on the Nintendo Switch starring Mario. And that game, of course, is Mario Party Superstars. Do not get this confused with Super Mario Party, as there are both completely different games. Super Mario Party was not one of the best games in the Mario Party series, as it was very short with only 4 total maps and left with not as much replayability. I did enjoy Super Mario Party, especially the stage flipping minigame, but if you are really looking for the best Mario Party game on the Switch, Mario Party Superstars is the best you can get. Mario Party Superstars features a variety of different maps to play on and a plethora of minigames. The minigames, though, are based on all of the previous Mario Party games from the Nintendo 64, including the boards. There are over 100 classic minigames, and it just feels so good to play these classic games and boards in a completely remade version. Mario Party Superstars is the perfect game to enjoy with family, as your main gameplay is rolling dice, collecting coins, and buying stars. Whoever has the most stars at the end of the game wins, and along the way, you will also play mini-games that range from a variety of different gameplay mechanics. This is a great family game night choice, and the variety of mini-games can keep the game feeling fresh and not repetitive. Mario Party Superstars also features characters like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Wario, Donkey Kong, Toad, and more to choose from. So you can go watch the movie and then go home and play as your favorite character as a family or with your friends, depending on your situation. If this was not obvious yet, if you already own a Nintendo Switch, then you may have the Nintendo Switch Online service. But if you do not know, then this is by far the best choice for someone who wants to get a lot of games for decently cheap. Instead of $60 or so for a brand new game, you can pay a once a year price to get access to rather the base service or the expansion service of the Nintendo Switch Online. The base version includes the NES and SNES emulators to enjoy games such as Super Mario World 1 and 2 and Super Mario Bros. 1 through 3, as well as the Donkey Kong Country games, and so many more. The expansion bundle, on the other hand, includes games from the N64, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance, which gives you access to Mario Kart 64, Super Mario 64, Mario Tennis, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and so many more games. I personally think that this option is a good choice for anyone that is a big fan of the older games in the series. If you grew up with these games, what better way to enjoy Mario than to play the games you grew up on? Kids today may not enjoy them as much, but this is for the retro game fan regardless of age. So if your kid likes retro games, then by all means start with this, as it is a decent price for the amount of games you have access to. If the 2D Mario ports available on the Nintendo Switch Online service are not enough, then you could always play Super Mario Maker 2, that not only includes pre-installed levels designed by the creators, but there are thousands upon thousands of levels designed by others that you can upload and play as much as you want. Super Mario Maker 2 is a sequel that improved on the first game's level design options and overall felt like a true upgrade. Super Mario Maker 2 allows players to create their own Mario levels and get the chance to feel like a game designer for Mario. Super Mario Maker 2 allows you to create levels that look similar to the games such as Super Mario Bros., Super Mario World, New Super Mario Bros. U, and Super Mario 3D World. Creating levels is the biggest feature of this game, and for kids and family, you can take turns making levels that you can all play together afterwards. Super Mario Maker 2 has a user-friendly setup that allows anyone to create their own levels and have fun. If you're not into making levels, you have an endless amount of different levels to download and enjoy. As the game's been out for so many years now, there are so many now that you probably would never run out of levels to play. Even though this is not my personal favorite Mario game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is by far one of the most popular games on the Nintendo Switch. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a fighting party multiplayer game and takes all of the amazing characters and levels across all of the Super Smash Bros. Games and combines them together for the ultimate game. Super Smash Bros. Features not only a majority of the Mario characters, but pretty much every Nintendo property makes an appearance in this game, as well as some non-Nintendo property characters like Cloud and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, or Solid Snake for the Metal Gear Solid series. Super Smash Bros. Is a series that has inspired many clone games over the past few years, including the recent released Multiverses game. Super Smash Bros. Though is inspired by kids playing with their toys and making them fight each other and matching characters from different worlds and having fun as they fight each other. They took this mentality and this cool idea of what we do as kids and turned that into a video game and made it a reality. It is a fun fighting game you can enjoy by yourself, with friends, or with your family. This game has a decent learning curve to master the combat, but it is a lot of fun, and if you want to fight as Mario and take down Donkey Kong or Bowser, like in the movie, then you can do so. You can choose your favorite characters from any Nintendo series and just have as much fun as you want. Have you ever asked yourself the question, who would win in a fight between Princess Zelda or Princess Peach? Well, you can answer that question yourself by grabbing your friends or family and just having fun and put them to the test to see who is the better character. Our next game is a port from the Wii U that added an entire new DLC that showed us a unique open-world Mario game experience. Super Mario 3D World had some amazing levels and gameplay that is good to play alone or with others. You can run through the levels as Mario, or you can have your friends play as Peach, Luigi, and Toad and join you along the way. Fair warning though, that the more players you have, the harder it can be to play, so keep that in mind when you're playing with more than one player. Also, if you've watched the movie, you will remember the Cat Mario suit, which made its first appearance in the 3D World games and is one of my all-time favorite power-ups, but you will definitely recognize this from the movie, and if you're wanting to play with that power-up, this is the game for you. Then, if that was not enough, they also added the Bowser's Fury DLC, which added a feature where you had an open world style game that had so many unique areas that you could travel to around the map and experience these different level designs without having to jump into new worlds altogether. You do not have to load into new levels, and you could just travel from location to location yourself. There was also random moments of Bowser appearing in a dangerous boss-like moment that you had to deal with and then get back to finishing levels and collecting stars. This game is a lot of fun and is good for single player and co-op. Overall, this is a solid port that will fill your 3D Mario needs and is a fun game that has plenty of hours worth of content to enjoy. Now, we've already talked a lot about 3D Mario and 2D Mario games, but two of my favorite 3D Mario games are from the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. This is a hard collection to get now because it was a limited time release, but if you can get a hold of this, it is a fantastic game to have. Super Mario 3D All-Stars includes three of the best 3D Mario games with Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Now, you can access Super Mario 64 through the Nintendo Switch Online service, but you cannot easily access Sunshine and Galaxy, which are my two favorite all-time 3D Mario games. All three Super Mario 3D games play similar as they are semi-open worlds that feature different ways to enter new levels, which feature unique worlds of their own. In Super Mario 64, it's portraits. In Super Mario Sunshine, it's these ink spots. And Super Mario Galaxy, it's different planets. Super Mario Sunshine also features a unique gameplay mechanic where you use water to platform, attack, and put out ink that has been spread across the map. Then in Super Mario Galaxy, you are introduced to zero gravity movement to go from planet to planet, which is fun. But the best part of Galaxy, in my opinion, is the introduction of new characters like Rosalina and Luma Lee. Now, if you don't know who Luma Lee is, it is my favorite character from the Super Mario movie. And if you have seen the movie, you will remember this cynical little blue star very easily. I just have to say, if you can get access to Super Mario 3D All-Stars, this is one of the most amazing game collections you can get right now, and it's just a fun time altogether. Probably one of the most unique games on today's list is one of my all-time favorites, and that is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. What started off as a little side gameplay mode in Super Mario 3D World called Adventures of Captain Toad became a full-fledged game of its own. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker focuses on you playing as Toad and his companion Toadette as you safely navigate through various obstacles and reach a gold star at the end of each level. You can manipulate the camera view of each level to look for hidden areas or bonus items, as you can turn the level itself side to side and look around the different areas, so you can turn to different points where you can now see a hidden cave or hidden place that you wouldn't have seen normally from the angle you're looking at. This game is very much a platformer, but it chooses to make it feel so unique as you move around these uniquely designed levels to find treasures and stars to complete the level. Like many games on today's list, you can play this game with someone and the two of you can work together to accomplish the levels. I love playing as Toad, and I was so glad to finally have a game that was based on him. This game is very simple, it's not hard to pick up and play, and the levels are decently challenging enough that each time you play a different level, it does feel different and new, so it doesn't feel like it's too repetitive. This game is very easy to pick up and play, and it is not hard to learn after a few hours of playing it. You kind of get the gist of how to play. The gameplay is very basic and overall just a fun game to play, and I love Toad in the movie, and I love Toad in the video games, and so this is just a perfect game for our fans of the character Toad. And do not think we forgot about Luigi, guys. Luigi is personally my favorite character in the Mario universe, and his own series called Luigi's Mansion is one of my favorite game series of all times. Luigi's Mansion 3 is no different, and even if you have not played the first two games in the series, this game is a standalone experience that you can pick up and play with no previous knowledge. Luigi's Mansion 3 has you playing as Luigi, who he and his friends and family have been invited to a hotel for a vacation. But it was all just a trick by King Boo, and now Luigi has to explore all 17 floors of the hotel to find and save his friends. All of the floors have different themes and are structured as open-ended to allow for exploration throughout the game's setting. The themes for the levels range from movie theater sets to Egyptian themes with sand everywhere. On each level, you can collect treasure, capture ghost enemies, and complete tasks that lead to getting buttons to get to the next floor and facing down some awesome boss fights along the way. Most of the gameplay is the same from the original series, but in this game they have added Gooigi that allows you to send out a goo-based Luigi that can enter areas that you could not normally enter before. Gooigi can squeeze through gaps, walk across spiked floors, and so on and so forth, but watch out because water does kill him immediately. Outside of the story mode, there is a multiplayer mode that features up to 8 players. One mode will allow for the players to all work together as you'll clear levels of different floors to work as a team to complete this. But the other multiplayer mode focuses on team-based battles where you have to beat each other by catching ghosts, securing cannonballs, and so many other options. Parents, this is a perfect game that you can play with your kids or for your kids to play together. And for anyone else, this game is so fun, has some unique boss battles and level designs that it's just a lot of fun. And so this is a game for just about anybody. Probably one of the best Mario themed games on the Nintendo Switch is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was originally a port of the Wii U title, but it expanded so much on it with the DLC release over the past few years, and now there are so many new maps, and it looks like more characters are being added, including Birdo. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the perfect kart game, and if you want the best Mario Kart game in the series, then look no further. It is not the best-selling game on the Switch for no reason. Racing games are not for everybody, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the perfect family game and an all-around great party game that can be enjoyed with groups or by yourself. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the perfect game for Mario fans who just want to play a multiplayer game. Mario Kart features a huge roster of drivers from Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Peach, Shy Guy, Wario, Donkey Kong, and so many more characters. If you watched the Super Mario Bros. Movie, you will remember that during the film there are several moments that showcased kart racing and had Mario, Toad, Donkey Kong, and Peach racing karts to get away from Bowser's army. Honestly, Mario Kart is one of the best game series starring these characters, and if you are a parent, this game is best for playing together as a family as well, and can be a blast for family game night. There are tons of maps to race on, and if you have the Nintendo Switch Online Service expansion, you can also get access to new characters and maps that are releasing from now and into the future. And just as an FYI, if you're interested, they do have Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which comes with a toy cart with rather Mario or Luigi, and you can create your own courses using your own living room or other areas in your house. Create your own Mario Kart courses and have the fun of the game in your own living room. It does not make for a very long-term game to play and can be expensive since it is roughly $100 per cart. If you like driving a cart using your Switch screen and having races in your own home, then that is perfect, and for kids, this is probably a blast of a time for them. But if you are just looking for the best Mario Kart game, just stick with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because it won't cost you as much and it is a whole lot of fun. But keep in mind, these two games are not connected and you don't need the $100 cart to play the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You just need the game. Last but not least, we are going to talk about one of the best games on the Nintendo Switch, and that of course is Super Mario Odyssey. For anyone who owns a Nintendo Switch, I feel there are at least two games you must own: Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey is the 3D Mario game that perfected its craft and gave us one of the best story modes, gameplay mechanics, and world designs for any Mario 3D game. The newest gameplay mechanic in Super Mario Odyssey features Cappy, which allows you to take control of different characters using a character named Cappy that you can use to throw at different people to take control over them, or monsters, or enemies, or T-Rexes, and you use those different characters to solve the solution to different puzzles, and platforming situations within each map. Just like in every other Mario game, this is a platformer, but the things that make this game different are the ways that you go to different levels and the ways that you solve puzzles and so on and so forth. In this game, you will travel using a hat-shaped ship that you will use to travel to different planets and different kingdoms to try and save Princess Peach from Bowser. The kingdoms in the game return to the exploration-based level design that we saw in Super Mario 64. So when you arrive to a place, you just explore the whole map and get to run around and do different things, as you'll have to clear specific objectives in order to obtain power moons, which you'll be used to power up the hat and get on to the next kingdom. The best part, though, is taking control of enemies. Just gonna be honest, Cappy is one of my favorite new added characters, and being able to use him in different gameplay situations is just a lot of fun. And not to mention the boss fights in Super Mario Odyssey are so over the top and amazing. Even after beating the game, you can continue playing the game as there are hundreds of power moons to collect, and you could spend a long time doing that. Super Mario Odyssey had the best gameplay that did not feel repetitive and was a game I spent so many hours playing. If you have a Switch, this game is a must-play and the perfect game to play after watching the Super Mario movie. When it comes to all the games we talked about today, there is honestly something for everyone. Whether you are a fighting game fan, a racing game fan, a platforming game fan, or you like party games. There are so many choices to choose from. Not only that though, but if you loved a certain character from the Mario movie, you're going to find those characters throughout all these games, and some of these games are even starring those characters, so you're going to have a game out there for any of the characters you are a fan of. If you like today's video, please give this video a like, because it does help me understand if you guys are enjoying the content or not. As well as subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell while you're at it so you're notified when I release new videos and you can see every new video I release, because I release videos on a weekly basis. Now I'm going to pass it over to you guys. Comment below what your favorite Mario character is, or what do you think of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But I appreciate everything you guys have done for today by showing up and watching the video. But I'm going to get back to playing some video games because they're not going to play themselves. But I'll see you guys next time.